When it comes to my portfolio, my HBAR holdings, they better not dip below 100,000. That's just my opinion. Even though that's not financial advice, I'm not saying $100,000. I'm just saying 100,000 HBAR. Now, the reason being is because I hypothetically see HBAR going to the price of $3 during this bull run. And if that were to happen theoretically, then 100,000 HBAR would be worth $300,000 at that point. Now, some people may think that HBAR can't do this because it's trash or it's terrible. Well, I'm going to disagree with that because if people do believe that traditional blockchain technology is good, just imagine a directed acyclic graph, which Hedera hash graph is, which is a lot better, by the way, arguably speaking. Improved data storage, usually consumes way less energy. Also on top of that, typically a lot more scalable. These are often traits that people look for, and when it comes to enterprise, they're looking for the slightest advantage that they could have. When it comes to something like a directed acyclic graph, why is this good? It's because you take a look at, for instance, Hedera's native services can reliably scale up to 10,000 transactions per second and beyond. So again, it's very scalable. Not to mention, Hedera per transaction on average consumes less energy than Solana, the BNB chain. You take a look at, for instance, something like Avalanche, Algorand. I mean, the list is very fantastic. So the way I view it is that when it comes to Hedera, it's very special. Is the ecosystem the best? No, but it's heading up there. And Hedera, by the way, has use cases, for instance, in cases of NFTs, DeFi, and as well as AI. And of course, you take a look at decentralized identity, decentralized logs. I mean, it's very impressive. But I do like its emphasis on AI because we do know that these projects that are revolved around traditional blockchain technology, we've seen them try to tackle the AI space. But when it comes to Hedera, just because, again, it's fundamentally, I think, just much better at dealing with stuff like that, this could be a total game changer in this space. It hasn't done that yet. And quite frankly, a lot of the hype when it comes to AI, when it comes to the crypto space, hasn't been the best. But even besides that, the way you take a look at it, better days are ahead. And keep in mind, the AI market is predicted to be worth nearly $2 trillion by 2030, according to Grandview Research. So when it comes to something like Hedera, again, maybe playing a very large role within that space, that could mean something. We'll see that when it comes to Hedera's governing council, it includes giants like, for instance, Google, which we all know, of course, right? We take a look at Dell Technologies, we take a look at Mondelez, which their brands do include Oreo, and as well as Cliff, like the Cliff Bar. I mean, there's a bunch of members in their governing council. So if the team was bad, would they be able to do stuff like that? I just don't think so, right? Even at the price of $3, it's not that unrealistic anyways. If it were to go to that price, considering current circulating supply, market cap would be around $126 billion, which is kind of peanuts really. We've seen Ethereum exceed this by around $420 billion in terms of market cap back in 2021. I'm not saying HBAR is going to have these record-breaking figures, but it doesn't seem too difficult. We've even seen BNB reach over $100 billion of market cap, and the BNB chain doesn't feel this dynamic. When it comes to Hedera Hashgraph, I think it's in the right place when it comes to the position it is in the market because it's so unique. There's almost nothing really like it. I think it's absolutely fantastic. It sits somewhat on a league of its own. And when a bull run could be this special, again with over 600 million crypto owners, according to Crypto.com research, with the Bitcoin ETF, with the number of institutional investors, with the amount of enterprise adoption, it would be such a no-brainer pick for me to at least have 100,000 HBAR at all times in my portfolio. Keep in mind, usually altcoins, as a worst case scenario, they typically peak around 18 months after a Bitcoin halving event, which, again, the Bitcoin halving event happened back in April of last year, so 18 months is actually around October this year, as a worst case, historically. There's no guarantees, could always happen later, maybe sooner, which would be awesome, but we just never truly know. But even besides that, I'm going to still be accumulating HBAR, and I'm not giving up. And $3, that's my price target for this bull run. And again, owning 100,000 HBAR, that's a no-brainer for me because I really do believe in this. And make sure to subscribe if you gain value from this video. I greatly appreciate it. It's been Lee the Captain, and I'll catch you all in the next one. I'm a peace. Bye.